a man's erogenous zone, whether you gay, straight, bi, whatever, a man's erogenous zone is in his asshole, right? So I believe that there are straight men who want to be pegged by a heterosexual woman.
For now.
Oh, y'all looking at something came for y'all?
Anything come for me? Anything come? Okay. Okay. Anything come for me? Anything come for me? Anything? Is anything? No, nothing. Okay. All right. What was that? What? One more time. What is it? What is it? Hell no. And I ain't say I wouldn't fucking suck. But you just can't, you don't got no, you can't, you shall not pass. Bitch, you can't pass. Sorry. Huh?
So that's what determines that.
You can't pass. You can't.
So that's what determines it. You either have a big dick and you can't.
Nigga, you can't have no little dick and try to scrape me.
And you can't take it in the butt.
And you can't be over here riding dick and trying to scrape me.
Right.
We can't do that. So Mo, if you had a girlfriend and she wanted to eat your ass, would you let her eat your ass? Now see, he can't even answer honestly because of what you just said.
I'm not gonna lie, it's happened before, so I can't. I'm not gonna.
How he can't answer
me?
So
look, I'm the type of person when it comes to sex, I'm very much so. I like to please my partner, so I'm 100% to an extent. Let me.
Okay, so where's the extent?
Like you're not fucking me. You're not.
So she can't. So she can't finger you.
She can't peg you, Mo. No.
She can't finger you.
She
can't finger you.
What?
I didn't say peg. She said peg. She can't finger you right when you about to get that nut.
It'll be the one of the feelings, Mo. I'm telling you, it'll be one of the feelings.
See, that's what's wrong with you straight niggas now. That's why the fuck y'all have that boring ass sex. You need to let that lady finger you. Long as she ain't got nails and shit. You need to let that lady finger you right when you about to nut.
Or if you can't do that, let her get up under those balls and suck that gooch.
Oh, now I've had that.
Bitch, you would die in your sleep.
The perineum. You
would die in your
sleep.
That
seam.
I had a listen. Our nigga was sucking me up, honey. I leaned back and he got that gooch in the bar. I almost died in the car.
Right. Perineum.
The perineum. Oh, I don't know about that English shit.
That's that
I'm
seam.
talking about the hood shit. That nigga, that bitch is slipped. And then that bitch got on there with I almost died in the car.
No, I've had the gooch. That is amazing.
Bitch almost died in the car.
Well, if they on the gooch, nigga, they on the asshole.
I said, who taught you that? What woman taught you how to do that? Who taught you how to do that?
Right. Where did you learn that?
And let me tell you, ever since then, that's how when I want to apply pressure to a nigga, that's my finishing move.
That's your finishing move, girl.
A nigga taught me how to do a nigga like that.
And let me tell you something. Don't you get no cough drop?
Nah. And then the strange things that the children was into.
Like what?
Can't do that. Girl, it was too much. It was just too much strength. Then to get somebody else to do it. And then I started catfishing him. And I started popping up on sites. And as I was catfishing him, what?
I'm listening.
I was talking to him as male and female.
Mo, get Neem on the line, please.
I was talking to him as male and female and trainee.
Girl, which one was he responding to most?
Male.
Okay. Then
trainee. No, he was responding to trainee most.
And then male.
Mm-hmm. And then the female, I was saying, I was like, telling him, I was catfishing him as a female and stating to him.
Was this here? Oh, that's that child you talking about?
Catfishing him as female. And as I was catfishing him as female, he was telling me how he don't like gays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my God.
my children.
Out of here.
Yeah. And I watched him have a conversation. I was in his phone. And I also was I just in his phone. I had transferred some of his conversation to me.
Girl, you had transferred that man.
So I could watch what he was talking about every day. Like he had this job.
So when he got a text, you would get the
I
text.
did, yes. He was meeting women. So he would meet a lot of women at work, right? Craig, listen.
Girl, I'm listening.
So this one woman he met in particular at the job, the girl, he had some punks came into the job. And so
Wait, who came into the
some
job?
punks came into the job.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was explaining to her how he a real man.
Girl, he was a Decepticon.
Very much so.
Well, you know, the gays be having problems sometimes with being gay.
Yeah. Oh, who is that, Craig? See, now you're not finna have this boy try to jump on me in the street now. Because I'm a woman.
Well, girl, the fag
And I
community
will
sent
not be
this.
drugged in the street by this man.
Girl, the fag community sent this.
What was his post?
The popular
Craig?
hot ass gossipers.
What was his post, Craig?
Girl, Mo, hit that. I have given my life back to Jesus Christ and have made the decision to let go of homosexual lifestyle and cease dealing with men in general. God is the greatest. What's the next one? Read carefully. I chose to leave the lifestyle for these reasons, not reasons, but reason. I was having a very difficult time with lust for men and masturbating, feeding my flesh every day for years. No man or trade broke my heart. No, I don't think being gay, happy, condemns you. The acts of two men or two women sleeping around does. Doing orgies, lusting after people and satisfying your flesh will ultimately lead you to hell. As will greed, pride, gossiping, being unforgiving, gluttony, etc. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, heaven and hell is very real. He should have said are. Heaven and hell are, that's plural,
Okay.
are real. And God doesn't send you to hell, your flesh does. So please stop the narrative. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
And then he says, I'm not heartbroken over a trade or I couldn't find a man. It's very tiring and confusion of the mind. People spew lies and hate. I'm choosing to give my life to God over my flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away healthy, so he doesn't have the AIDS.
Praise him.
And with a clear mind. I want to help others. If you are willing to help yourself. Simple. So now it sounds like he's a prophetess.
Oh, he's a Bynum now. A Bynum.
As in Juanita.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. The reason I had asked you earlier about do you think being gay is wrong, because I knew we were going to come up on this story. I don't think being gay puts us on the wrong, or queer, puts us on the wrong side with God. I don't believe that. I believe that we have to separate what we've been taught to believe about religion, about sexuality, whatever, from what we know to be true for ourselves, because a lot of this stuff, a lot of this ideology has been passed down to us. Like I said to you earlier, my grandmother wasn't homophobic. My grandmother taught me to pray, but had she been a woman that was homophobic, I would have adopted some of those beliefs. And I think that's what happens with a lot of us. A lot of us come into this community so broken. And the way that I describe it in my second book, One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure.
That bitch gonna plug that book. You hear me?
You better know it. Because there's some healing properties there. You think CMOS got healing properties, so did them books.
Hi, Yadabo.
Come on now.
Hi.
But the way that I describe it in the book is that we're in part a community of broken hearts and souls trying to have relationships with other broken hearts and souls. Because some of us take the time to heal those traumas and others do not. I believe that there are so many queer people, gay, bisexual, trans, whatever, who are moving throughout the community, going to gay pride events, going to Bulldogs, going to wherever they're going, but they still haven't they still haven't given themselves permission to be who they are. But I think that so many of us move through this community without really doing the work of trying to heal our own trauma. And then we get into these situationships or relationships or whatever you want to call them without having done your work.
I think that that's something that he's been struggling with. It's been terrorizing him for a while.
Yeah.
He's felt, incomplete. And I think that in his convergence,
I would call it celibacy. You can abstain, gays, lesbians. You can abstain, not sustain. You can abstain from having sex with the same sex, but that doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change your biology because sexuality is instinctive.
mm-hmm.
It's how we're wired.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a choice. It's not a decision. Sexuality is instinctive. You didn't choose to be black. I didn't choose to be black. You didn't choose to be 5. How tall are you?
5 something.
You didn't choose to be that. I didn't choose my height. I didn't choose my eye color. You did choose.
I chose this hair.
You did.
I chose this hair. I chose this lipstick.
Correct. But you don't choose
I chose
DNA.
this blush.
You don't choose DNA. And so I think that you can abstain, Donnie McClurkin.
And here's the thing. I want to say that I want to talk about this.
Juanita Bynum.
I want to. Shirley Caesar. I want to.
Ricky Dillard. But I don't think he's really abstaining, though. Hezekiah.
Oh.
Kirk.
Don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't you dare say Kirk Franklin.
I didn't.
Don't you dare say Kirk Franklin.
I didn't. I said Kirk.
Don't you dare say Kirk
I was going to say kerfuffle.
Don't you do that.
You can abstain, but the feelings don't go anywhere.
Girl, you threw me off because I was finna say something, girl.
You can abstain, TD.
Don't. Because I remember him having a heavy porn addiction.
Who?
Kurt.
Oh, see, I didn't say it.
He had a heavy porn addiction. I watched it. He was talking about how he was so.
So the question is, what porn was he watching? What kind of porn? What?
These comments are wild.
I had to get ready to go, y'all. I had to pee.
Yeah, you're not gonna finish your point.
Right, you just left it. You just left off a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Really bad. Really bad.
You're not gonna.
Really,
You're not gonna. Are you gonna finish your point?
really bad.
But I think that so many of us move through this community without really doing the work of trying to heal our own trauma, and then we get into these situationships or relationships or whatever you want to call them, without having done your work.
Craig, I do feel like that religion, not a relationship, but the religion,
Correct.
has definitely warped and destroyed the minds of people.
Especially Black people.
Listen, again, Black people are most definitely. Sometimes I stand back and I just be like, and that doesn't mean that I don't believe in God. I don't, because I believe in God wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I pray every night.
Not just pray. I have a relationship.
Correct.
with God.
Correct.
I have a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A full-on relationship
Mm-hmm.
with God. But I don't have no relationship with religion.
Right.
And definitely no old time. When they be saying, let's bring back that old time religion. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell the fuck no. I'll be in fear of a lot of
Fecal.
things. Yes, I don't know. So I'm in fear of a lot of things. So that's why I'm very much so like and that's why I don't do a lot of the things that I used to do back when
Right.
I don't do all the ass eating. I don't do all that no more. I have done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any swallowing.
So have you ever gotten down there and it just wasn't kosher? Get my children out of here! I'm gonna take that as a yes. You got down there and things weren't quite. Things weren't quite the way they were supposed to be. Oh God. So you got down there and things weren't quite.
And then what happened after that?
I immediately ushered him to the bath.
What'd you do, girl?
You ushered him?
I ushered him. Come on, baby.
Oh God. Oh God.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on. Let's get ready.
Right.
Let's get really ready.
Let's get into the shower. And then you get in the shower, you
No,
gotta
no,
be
no, no,
I
let
got
me-
a front row seat for
Let
you.
me bathe you.
right.
Tonight I want to dance
Right.
for you. Oh,
My God.
let me cater to you, okay? Because
My
baby,
God.
this is your day.
I got a first class seat for you.
Yeah, this
In
baby,
this
baby,
bathroom.
let me cater to you because baby, this is your day.
Right.
Yeah,
Child, I had one that didn't smell too right. You know, you always got to do the finger test.
see, but Craig, you do a lot of munging. I got away from that stuff. Like I just did because it's, I think men see a lot of the fantasy things, like they watch a lot of pornographic stuff and they start seeing a lot of the fantasy things and don't know that majority of these people have cleaned, thoroughly cleaned, washed. And I think this is why when I was in that lifestyle of being a sex worker,
Right.
that men thought that they can go eat a whole, have a whole Chipotle bowl and come directly to
work?
directly to get work. Hi, I'm on the way. Hey, I'm just leaving lunch. I'm on my lunch break at work. Can I come by and see you? You on your lunch break?
Has the food digested?
Oh my
yet?
God.
Let me tell you, this child that I was dealing with,
Like CDC.
when I lived in LA, he wasn't quite together, and he wanted me to munch.
Uh-huh.
And you always got to do a little smell test. So I put my finger down there, and I smelled it. Baby, it smelled like something had crawled up inside of him and died.
perished.
And he was like, "What's up? You going?" And I said,
And was this the Butch Queen? Ooh, you said this.
I said, "That's you." He said, he said, "Ooh." I said, "Yeah, that's you."
Yeah, see, a lot of those things have deterred me from this. Oh,
That's you.
I just had a thought about how rank it was.
It was beyond rank.
Hold on, they said let Craig speak. Okay, Craig, speak. They don't want they want you to speak.
Okay, so two things can exist at the same time, right? But what I was going to say was, so I'm gonna come back to that at the end of the point. I am so tired of Black men telling Black women of how they should be and how they need to self-correct, how they need to be better, how to make it more comfortable for them in a relationship, and how they're doing this, that, and the third wrong or incorrectly, or this is why we don't want to be with y'all. Where is the work for Black men? Where is the work? Because again, every time we talk about Black men and what needs to, I don't even care if you're talking about Black gay men. Whenever we're talking about the work that needs to be done by Black men, the conversation always shifts. We never focus on the central issue because it always shifts. It becomes, oh, well, a white woman doesn't do this. Oh, so a white woman doesn't hold you accountable. That's what you're saying. A Black woman is going to hold you accountable. You're not going to be able to get over on her the way that you're able to get over on a white woman or a foreign woman or whatever you want to call it. But here's exotic. So it's like you don't really want accountability. You don't want anybody to call you to the carpet. But it has to be exhausting for Black women to be told in media, social media, magazines, television, songs, film.
I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
And if you just did this, if you were more of this, if you were more like them. And at the top of this video, when I said, I want to say thank you to all of the mothers, Let me extend that, not even just to the mothers, to the black women, period. Women, period. But right now, in this moment, we're talking about black women because that's what we was talking about. What I know to be true is black women, when I think about my trajectory in my life and all, every single person that's held me down has always been a black woman. So like, I've even dedicated one of my books to black women, the black women in my life, because there's a line of black women standing behind me who enjoy this success with me. Because if it wasn't for them feeding me, giving me a place to stay for free, not asking me for rent, not pressuring me because they believed in what I was trying to do with my work. That's what I mean when I say black women always stand in the gap. I tweeted this today. Black women stand in the gap. When a black woman loves you, she's going to love you for life, sometimes to a fault.
Bitch, completely.
Sometimes to a fault. But when a black woman loves you, she loves you for life. I don't care if it's her uncle, her brother, her sons, her father, a man she's dating. When a black woman loves you, it's the closest thing to unconditional love that we will see on this on this side of life. I believe that. I believe it's the closest we'll get to unconditional. But what I will say is, I do think that there are instances where black women are exhausted. And sometimes you're going to get bit because she's tired. She's been done wrong by men in her family, men that she's dated, men that she's worked with, and she's exhausted. She doesn't feel supported. And so when we talk about protecting black women, I've said this countless times here. For me, it's not just about protecting a black woman from a physical perspective, protecting black women from the police, protecting black women from violence on the streets, but it's also about protecting her space, her mental capacity, so that she's walking through life with a sound mind. You know, when I think about, and again, I'm gonna tie this back into Amanda Seales and my girl Yashara. She played on Blackish. I can't think of her last name right now. But when I think about Amanda Seales and that young lady Yashara, and even like a Tamika Mallory, these women are doing critical work. And my prayer for them, and I say this honestly, my prayer for those women has been that they have an anchor in their life. If these are heterosexual women, my prayer is that they have a partner that knows how to anchor them, because they're doing critical work and they don't need the distraction of a nigga who got 5 babies mamas. They don't need the distraction of a nigga who's running game, because he's a distraction. My hope is that these women have men or partners that are going to support them, that are going to buttress them and support them through those times when they're weary,
And pour into
them.
pour into the girls, pour into their life,
Correct.
pour into, you get tired of be carrying, and then
Correct.
then they come in with all of this extra, baggage that bitches is sit around and be trying to sort it out with them. I'm gonna go through this with you.
Correct.
Then once you done got healed from the trauma, it's just like, you know what?
Right.
And I gotta get me somebody that's gonna really love me and go.
Correct.
Bro, Craig, I don't have no pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But all of this stuff, I resonate with all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live my life as a man. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I might have been born male. I don't live my life as a man. I've been this since inception.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no idea the things. And then when I talk to Mo about this, and I'm talking about how and we're talking to the women in the comment section, like the women are speaking up, and the women are saying this, and they be on there with this shit and what they type is. And then I seen videos where men were making videos, and they back then when people were swiping and doing this with their head left, they swipe all against black women.
And see, Kevin Samuels had some of y'all fucked up. God rest his soul. But when I say some of that shit that he was spewing into the world had these niggas fucked up. And not only did he have men fucked up, he had a lot of women who didn't know who they were fucked up, second guessing themselves, trying to pander to that foolishness, trying to chameleon, trying to morph and become all of these things that they're telling you. Ooh, you're not a chameleon.